My father runs this city. One phone call and you'll be directing traffic in the worst neighborhood we have. Those words echo through Providence Municipal Court on a Tuesday morning in March. The man who said them stands in a $1,000 leather jacket. His name is Trevor Bancroft. He's 23 years old. His hair is styled with expensive gel. A diamond stud glints in his left ear. On his wrist sits a Tag Heuer watch worth $8,000. His boots are custom Italian leather. He smells like cologne that costs $200 per bottle. But none of that matters right now. What matters is that he just threatened Judge Frank Caprio. What matters is that 50 people in the courtroom just heard it. What matters is that his entire world is about to change. If you believe that no one is above the law, not even the son of a police captain, you'll want to see what happens next. Because what Judge Caprio does in the next hour will restore your faith in justice. But let's go back to the beginning. The bailiff stands at the front of the courtroom. His voice is clear and strong. Case number 2025, TR 94621. The City of Providence versus Trevor Bancroft. Charges include reckless driving, failure to appear, and obstruction of justice. Those are serious charges. Let's break them down in simple terms. Reckless driving means driving so dangerously that you could hurt someone. Failure to appear means you skipped your court date. You didn't show up when you were supposed to. Obstruction of justice means you tried to stop the legal system from doing its job. Judge Caprio sits behind the bench. He's 78 years old. He's been a judge for decades. He's seen everything. Rich people, poor people, honest people, liars. He treats everyone the same. That's what makes him special. That's why people love him. Good morning, Judge Caprio says. His voice is kind but firm. Mr. Bancroft, please step forward. Before Trevor moves, another person walks to the front. Her name is Maria Delgado. She's 54 years old. She's wearing scrubs, the kind that nurses wear. They're light blue with little flowers on them. Her shoes are white sneakers. They're old. The soles are worn down. Her face looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Maria works at Rhode Island Hospital. She's been a nurse for 28 years. She works the night shift in the emergency room. She sees people at their worst. Car accidents, heart attacks, gunshot wounds. She saves lives. Every single night, she saves lives. But saving lives doesn't pay as much as you'd think. Maria makes $19 per hour. After taxes, she takes home about $2,000 per month. She has 3 kids. 2 are in high school. 1 is in college. Her husband died 4 years ago. Cancer. The medical bills from his treatment are still not paid off. She owes $73,000. Maria drives a 2008 Honda Civic. It has 187,000 miles on it. The check engine light has been on for 2 years. She can't afford to fix it. Last month, her registration expired. She knew it expired, but the renewal fee was $95. She had to choose between that and her daughter's asthma medication. She chose the medication. 2 weeks ago, a police officer pulled her over. He saw her expired registration. He was kind about it. He gave her a ticket, but told her to get fixed right away. The fine was $250. Maria came to court today to explain her situation, to ask for a payment plan, to do the right thing. She stands quietly near her seat. Her hands are folded. She waits for her turn. Then Trevor walks in. He doesn't walk like normal people walk. He struts. That means he walks like he owns the place. Like everyone should move out of his way. His eyes scan the room. They land on the judge for 1 second. Then they go back to his phone. His phone is the newest iPhone, the Pro Max. It costs $1,200. He got it last week. Not because his old phone was broken, just because he wanted the new one. The case is Gucci. It has the logo printed all over it. Even his phone case costs more than Maria's weekly paycheck. Mr. Bancroft, Judge Caprio says again, please approach the bench and put your phone away. Trevor sighs. It's a loud sigh, the kind that says he's annoyed. He slides the phone into his jacket pocket, but keeps his hand on it, like he might take it out again any second. Yeah, I'm here, Trevor says. He doesn't say, Your Honor. He doesn't show respect. He just says, yeah, like he's talking to his friends. Judge Caprio's eyebrows raise slightly, just a little, but everyone notices. Mr. Bancroft, in this courtroom, you address me as Your Honor or Judge. Do you understand? Trevor shrugs. His shoulders go up and down. Sure. Whatever. A woman in the third row gasps. A man in the back shakes his head. The clerk, a woman named Patricia, who's worked in this court for 15 years, looks at her colleague. They both know this is going to be bad. Let me explain why you're here, Judge Caprio continues. He looks down at the file in front of him. On February 18th, at approximately 11:30 p.m., you were stopped on Broad Street. Officer James Martinez clocked you going 68 miles per hour in a posted 30-mile-per-hour zone. That's more than double the speed limit. The area is residential. There are houses, families, children. Is this correct? Trevor leans against the defendant's table. He crosses his arms. Yeah, I was going fast. But it was late. No one was around. No one you could see, Judge Caprio corrects. At 68 miles per hour, you travel 100 feet per second. If a child ran into the street, you would have no time to stop. You would hit them. You would likely kill them. Trevor rolls his eyes. Actually rolls his eyes. In court. At a judge. Come on. That's dramatic. I'm a good driver. I've been driving since I was 16. You're 23, the judge says. That's 7 years. In those 7 years, according to this file, you've received 14 traffic violations. 14. That's 2 per year. I would not call that being a good driver. The courtroom is quiet. People are listening. This is getting interesting. Look, Trevor says. His voice has an edge now. My insurance handles the tickets. I just pay them online. This is the first time I've actually had to come to court. Can we just do the same thing? I'll pay whatever. I have a meeting at 1 o'clock. Judge Caprio closes the file. He leans forward. Mr. Bancroft, this isn't just about a speeding ticket. When Officer Martinez pulled you over, what happened? Trevor shifts his weight from one foot to the other. For the first time, he looks slightly uncomfortable. What do you mean? What happened during the traffic stop? What did you say to the officer? I don't really remember. It was a month ago. Judge Caprio opens the file again. He pulls out a piece of paper. Let me refresh your memory. Officer Martinez filed a detailed report. He also had his body camera on. We have the footage. Would you like me to play it? Trevor's jaw tightens. That won't be necessary. I think it is necessary, the judge says. He nods to the clerk. Patricia stands up. She walks to a computer. She clicks a few buttons. A large screen on the wall lights up. The video starts playing. The footage is dark but clear. You can see Trevor's car pulled over on the side of the road. It's a BMW. A new one. The M4 model. It costs $75,000. The license plate says BNCRFT1. That's his last name. Bancroft. Officer Martinez walks up to the driver's side window. He's a veteran cop. He's been on the force for 12 years. He's professional. Respectful. He does everything by the book. Good evening, sir, Officer Martinez says on the video. I'm Officer Martinez with the Providence Police Department. I stopped you because you were traveling 68 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. License and registration, please. Trevor's voice comes through the speakers. Are you serious right now? Do you know who I am? Officer Martinez's tone doesn't change. Sir, I need your license and registration. My father is Captain Daniel Bancroft. He's the captain of the East Side Precinct. He's your boss's boss. There's a pause on the video. Officer Martinez stays professional. Sir, I still need your license and registration. This is ridiculous, Trevor says on the video. You can hear him moving around. Then his hand appears. He's holding something. It's a badge. A police badge. See this? This is my father's badge. He gave it to me. I'm basically a cop. You can't give me a ticket. The courtroom is completely silent. 50 people are watching. 50 people just heard him claim he's basically a cop because his father is one. Officer Martinez's voice stays steady. Sir, that badge doesn't belong to you. You are not a police officer. I need you to put that away and provide your license and registration. Do you want to keep your job? Trevor says on the video. His voice is threatening. Because one phone call to my dad and you'll be done. I'm not kidding. Give me a warning and let me go, or you'll regret it. Judge Caprio pauses the video. The screen freezes on an image of Trevor holding the badge through the car window. The judge looks at Trevor. Everyone looks at Trevor. Trevor's face is red now. Not embarrassed red. Angry red. That's taken out of context. Out of context. Judge Caprio repeats. How is threatening a police officer taken out of context? I wasn't threatening him. I was just explaining who my father is. I thought he'd understand, and just let me go with a warning. That's all. A man in the gallery stands up. He's wearing a suit. He looks angry. The bailiff, whose name is Robert, steps forward. Sir, please sit down. The man sits, but he's shaking his head. He's disgusted. Judge Caprio continues. Mr. Bancroft, let me make something very clear. Your father's position does not give you any special privileges. You are not a police officer. Carrying your father's badge is inappropriate and possibly illegal. Using it to try to avoid a ticket is absolutely illegal. That's called impersonating an officer. It's also called bribery. Those are crimes. Trevor's lawyer, a young man named David Chun, finally speaks up. Your Honor, my client wasn't trying to impersonate anyone. He was simply... Mr. Chun, I've seen the video. Your client was very clearly attempting to use his father's position to avoid consequences. Please don't insult this court's intelligence. The lawyer sits down. He knows he can't win this argument. Judge Caprio turns back to Trevor. Now, let's talk about what happened after Officer Martinez gave you the ticket. You were ordered to appear in court on March 5th. That was 3 weeks ago. Did you appear? Trevor looks away. No. Why not? I forgot. You forgot, the judge repeats. You forgot that you had a court date. You forgot that ignoring a court date is a crime. You forgot that there are consequences for your actions. I've been busy, Trevor says. His voice has a whine in it now, like a child making excuses. I'm starting a business. I have investors to meet. I have a life. And Maria Delgado. Judge Caprio gestures to Maria, who's still standing quietly by her seat. Does she not have a life? Maria, please come forward. Maria walks to the front. Her steps are small and careful. She's nervous. She's never been in trouble before. This is terrifying for her. Maria, Judge Caprio says gently. His voice changes when he talks to her. It's warm, kind. Tell me why you're here today. Maria's voice is soft. She has a slight accent. English is her second language. She came to America from Guatemala when she was 19. Your Honor, I got a ticket because my registration expired. I'm so sorry. I know I should have renewed it. I was going to, but I had to choose between that and my daughter's medicine. She has asthma. Without her medicine, she can't breathe. I chose her medicine. I know I made a mistake. I'm here to make it right. I can pay. I just need time. Maybe $50 per month. Her eyes are filling with tears. She's trying not to cry. She's a strong woman. She's been through so much. But standing here, in front of all these people, admitting she couldn't afford a $95 renewal fee, it's humiliating. Judge Caprio's face softens. Maria, you work at Rhode Island Hospital. Yes, Your Honor. I'm a nurse. I work in the emergency room. How long have you been a nurse? 28 years. 28 years, the judge repeats. He looks at Trevor. Did you hear that, Mr. Bancroft? Maria has spent 28 years saving lives. She works the night shift. Do you know what that means? It means she works when everyone else is sleeping. It means she sees terrible things. It means she holds the hands of dying patients. It means she comforts scared families. And after all that, after 28 years of service, she can't afford a $95 registration fee because she has to choose between that and her daughter's medication. Trevor says nothing. His eyes are on the floor. Judge Caprio continues. Maria came to court today. She didn't skip. She didn't send a lawyer. She came herself. She's respectful. She's honest. She's taking responsibility. You, Mr. Bancroft, drive a $75,000 car. You wear a watch that costs $8,000. Your jacket probably costs more than Maria makes in a month. And yet you forgot your court date. You forgot that actions have consequences. The courtroom is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. That's an expression. It means it's extremely quiet. Everyone is holding their breath, waiting to see what happens next. Trevor looks up. His face is still red. But now there's something else in his eyes. Not shame. Not yet. It's anger. He's angry at being compared to Maria. He's angry at being called out. He's angry at being here at all. This is insane, Trevor says. His voice is louder now. You're comparing me to her like we're the same. We're not the same. I come from a family that's served this city for generations. My grandfather was a cop. My father is a captain. My uncle is a detective. We've given our lives to protect people like her. So yeah, maybe I expected a little respect. Maybe I expected some understanding. Is that so wrong? The gallery erupts. Not in cheers. In anger. People are shouting. A woman yells, "You're disgusting." A man says, "You haven't done anything. Your family did." Bailiff Robert steps forward. "Order. Order in the court." Judge Caprio holds up his hand. The room goes quiet again. But the tension is thick. You can feel it in the air. "Mr. Bancroft," the judge says. His voice is different now. It's hard. Like steel. "Let me tell you something about respect. Respect is not given because of your last name. Respect is not given because of who your father is. Respect is earned. It's earned through your actions, through your choices, through how you treat other people. And from what I've seen today, you have earned nothing but contempt." Trevor's hands clench into fists. "Are you done?" "No," Judge Caprio says. "I'm not done. Not even close. Because there's more to this case. Mr. Chun, did you contact this court before today?" The lawyer, David Chun, stands up slowly. He looks uncomfortable. "Your Honor, I called the clerk's office last week to request a continuance." "And what reason did you give for the continuance?" "I explained that my client had a business conflict." "A business conflict," the judge says. "And did you mention that your client missed his original court date completely?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And after you called, did anyone else call?" David Chun looks at Trevor. Trevor is staring at him. His eyes are sending a message. Don't say anything. But David is a lawyer. He took an oath. He has to tell the truth. "Yes, Your Honor. Patricia, the clerk, informed me that 2 other calls came in regarding this case." Judge Caprio looks at Patricia. "Patricia who called?" Patricia stands. She's holding a notepad. "Your Honor, on March 12th, I received a call from someone who identified himself as Councilman Richard Hastings. He asked about the Bancroft case. He wanted to know if it could be dismissed. I explained that dismissals are at the judge's discretion. He suggested that Mr. Bancroft was a good kid who made a mistake and that his family has connections throughout the city." The room buzzes with whispers. A city councilman called? To try to get the case dismissed? This is getting worse. And the second call? Judge Caprio asks. "On March 14th, I received a call from Captain Daniel Bancroft himself. He identified himself as Trevor's father. He said his son made a mistake and asked if there was any way to keep this out of the system. I explained that the case was already in the system and that he should not be calling about it. He became agitated and said that he's given 25 years to this city and that should count for something." Trevor's face goes pale. Actually pale. The red is gone. Now he's white as a sheet. That's another expression. It means he's lost all color in his face. He looks sick. "So let me get this straight," Judge Caprio says. "After you missed your court date, after you got pulled over for going more than double the speed limit, after you threatened an officer and tried to use your father's badge, your father and a city councilman called this court to try to make this go away." No one speaks. Trevor is frozen. "Your Honor," David Chun tries again. "My client cannot be held responsible for what other people do." "You're right," Judge Caprio says. "But your client can be held responsible for his own actions. And his actions show a pattern. A pattern of believing he's above the rules. A pattern of believing his family name will save him. A pattern of complete disregard for anyone else." Trevor finds his voice again. "You know what? Fine. You want to make an example out of me? Go ahead. Give me the ticket. I'll pay it right now. I have my checkbook. I'll write you a check for whatever amount you want. 5,000. 10,000. Just tell me the number, and I'll write it. Then we can all move on with our lives." The room goes silent again. But this silence is different. This silence is the kind that comes before a storm. Before something big happens. Judge Caprio stands up slowly. He's not a tall man. He's 78 years old. But when he stands, he seems 10 feet tall. His presence fills the room. "Mr. Bancroft," he says, "did you just try to bribe me?" Trevor realizes his mistake. His eyes go wide. "What? No, I didn't mean. I just meant I can pay the fine." "You said, tell me the number." "You said, I'll write you a check for whatever amount you want. That is a bribe. That is you trying to buy your way out of this situation. Just like you tried to buy your way out of the traffic stop with your father's badge. Just like your father tried to buy your way out with his phone call. Just like the councilman tried to buy your way out with his influence." Trevor's lawyer puts his head in his hands. He knows this is a disaster. This has gone from bad to worse to catastrophic. That means it's gone from bad to really bad to absolutely terrible. I'm sorry, Trevor stammers. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just trying to fix this. You can't fix this with money, Judge Caprio says. That's what you don't understand. That's what people like you never understand. You think money solves everything. You think privilege solves everything. But there are some things money cannot buy. Integrity, character, respect, justice. Trevor's hands are shaking now. Actually shaking. His expensive watch rattles on his wrist. Please, Your Honor. I apologize. I'm sorry for everything. Just tell me what you want me to do. What I want, Judge Caprio says, is for you to understand something. Understand that your actions have consequences. Understand that you hurt people when you drive recklessly. Understand that you insult every honest police officer when you wave your father's badge around like it's a toy. Understand that you disrespect this court, this system, and every person who believes in justice when you try to use money and connections to escape accountability. He sits back down. He picks up a pen. He writes something in the file. The scratching of the pen is the only sound in the room. Everyone is waiting. What will the punishment be? Mr. Bancroft, Judge Caprio says, I'm going to ask you some questions. I want honest answers. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. Have you ever gone without anything? Have you ever been hungry? Have you ever had to choose between paying rent and buying food? Trevor hesitates. No, Your Honor. Have you ever worked a full-time job? Have you ever had to earn your own money? I work for my father's security consulting business. I make client calls. How many hours per week? I don't know. It varies. Maybe 10. 10 hours per week. And how much does your father pay you? Trevor's voice gets very quiet. $75,000 per year. The gallery reacts again. $75,000 for 10 hours per week. That's more than Maria makes in 3 years. For 10 hours per week. Do you pay rent? The judge asks. No. I live in my parents' house. Do you pay for your car? My father bought it for my birthday. Do you pay for your insurance? He pays that too. Do you buy your own food? Your own clothes? Do you pay any bills at all? Trevor's voice is almost a whisper now. No, Your Honor. Judge Caprio leans back in his chair. So let me understand this correctly. You are 23 years old. You don't pay rent. You don't pay for your car. You don't pay for insurance. You don't buy your own food. You work 10 hours per week at a job your father gave you. And yet you stood in this courtroom and said that you and Maria are not the same. You're right. You're not the same. Maria has earned everything she has. She has worked for 28 years. She has raised 3 children alone. She has saved lives. What have you earned, Mr. Bancroft? What have you actually done? Trevor has no answer. His mouth opens. No words come out. He looks like a fish out of water. That's an expression. It means he looks helpless. Lost. Defeated. Your Honor, David Chun tries one more time. My client is young. He's made mistakes. But he can learn from this. He can grow. I ask the court to show mercy. Mercy, Judge Caprio repeats. You want mercy. Where was your client's mercy when he was driving 68 miles per hour through a residential neighborhood? Where was his mercy when he threatened Officer Martinez's job? Where was his mercy when he tried to intimidate this court with phone calls from powerful people? The lawyer sits down. He has no response. Judge Caprio looks at Trevor. Really looks at him. His eyes are piercing. That means they're intense. They see right through you. Mr. Bancroft, do you know what responsibility means? Not the word. The actual concept. The actual practice. Trevor shakes his head. I think so. You think so, the judge says. Let me tell you what it means. Responsibility means understanding that your actions affect other people. It means accepting consequences. It means admitting when you're wrong. It means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Do you do those things? I try, Trevor says weakly. Do you? Because from where I'm sitting, you've done the opposite of all of those things. You drove recklessly, not caring who you might hurt. You tried to avoid consequences by using your father's position. You refused to admit you were wrong. You skipped your court date. You tried to bribe your way out. At every single step, you chose the easy path. The privileged path. The selfish path. Trevor's eyes are getting wet now. He's starting to cry. Not big sobs. Just tears forming in his eyes. The first crack in his armor. My father always told me that people who have more should do more, Judge Caprio continues. You have more, Mr. Bancroft. Much more. More money. More connections. more opportunities. But what have you done with all that? Have you helped anyone? Have you made your community better? Have you used your privilege for good? I don't know, Trevor says. A tear rolls down his cheek. You don't know, the judge repeats. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria makes $19 per hour. She has debt from her husband's cancer treatment. She works night shifts. She's exhausted. But do you know what she does? Every Sunday, she volunteers at a free clinic in Central Falls. She helps immigrants who can't afford medical care. She translates for them. She holds their hands. She gives them hope. She does this for free. For free, Mr. Bancroft. Because she believes in helping people. Maria's shoulders shake. She's crying now too. But her tears are different. They're tears of being seen, of being valued, of someone understanding her struggle. That, Judge Caprio says, is what having more and doing more looks like. That is what real privilege should be used for. Not to escape consequences. Not to buy your way out of trouble. But to lift others up. To make the world better. To serve. The courtroom is completely still. You could hear people breathing. That's how quiet it is. Mr. Bancroft, Judge Caprio says, I'm going to do something now that you probably won't like. But I'm doing it because I believe you can be better than you are right now. I believe you can learn. I believe you can change. But change doesn't come from words. It comes from experience. It comes from humility. It comes from understanding what the rest of the world lives like. He picks up his gavel. That's the wooden hammer that judges use. Trevor Bancroft, you are hereby found guilty of reckless driving, failure to appear, attempted bribery, and obstruction of justice. Your sentence is as follows. Trevor's knees almost buckle. He grabs the table to steady himself. First, the judge says you will pay a fine of $18,750. This includes the original speeding ticket, penalties for failure to appear, court costs, and additional fines for your behavior today. Trevor nods. Money he can handle. His father will probably pay it anyway. Second, the judge continues, your driver's license is suspended for 180 days. That's 6 months. You will not drive. You will not sit in the driver's seat of any vehicle. If you are caught driving, you will be arrested immediately and face jail time. Do you understand? Trevor's face goes pale again. 6 months without driving? How will he get anywhere? Third, Judge Caprio says you will complete 300 hours of community service. But not just any community service. You will work under the direct supervision of someone you've disrespected. Everyone leans forward. What does that mean? You will report to Rhode Island Hospital every Saturday and Sunday for the next 6 months. You will work in the emergency room. You will not be treating patients. You will be cleaning, mopping floors, emptying trash, changing bed sheets, cleaning bathrooms. All the jobs that keep a hospital running, but that no one wants to do. And you will do this under the supervision of Nurse Maria Delgado. The gallery gasps. Audibly gasps. Trevor will be working for Maria? The woman he implied he was better than? Your shifts will run from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. You will wear a vest that says Community Service on the back. You will be respectful to every single person you encounter. Maria will file a report on your performance each week. If you are late, if you are disrespectful, if you do not complete your work, you will start over. All 300 hours. From the beginning. Do you understand? Trevor can barely speak. Yes, Your Honor. Fourth, the judge continues, you will write a handwritten apology letter to Officer James Martinez. Not typed. Not printed. Handwritten. It will be at least 500 words. You will explain what you did wrong. Why it was wrong. What you learned. And how you will be better. Officer Martinez will decide if he accepts your apology. If he doesn't, you will write another one. You will keep writing until he accepts it. Trevor nods. His face is covered in tears now. Fifth, Judge Caprio says you will return your father's badge to the Providence Police Department immediately. Today, you will do this in person. You will apologize to the Chief of Police for misusing it. And you will never, ever carry it again. More tears. Trevor is fully crying now. Sixth, the judge continues, you will attend a victim impact panel. That's a meeting where you hear from people who have been hurt by reckless drivers. People who lost loved ones. People who were injured. People whose lives were destroyed by someone who thought they were above the rules. You will listen to their stories. You will write a report on what you learned. That report will be 2,000 words minimum. Trevor's breathing is rapid now. Short, quick breaths. He's having a panic attack. The reality is hitting him. 7th, Judge Caprio says, you are hereby charged with contempt of court for your behavior today. For attempting to bribe me. For disrespecting this court. For threatening an officer. You will serve 30 days in the adult correctional institutions. That's jail, Mr. Bancroft. You will spend 30 days in jail. You will report tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Bailiff Robert will give you the information you need. The courtroom explodes. People are shouting. Some are cheering. Some are shocked. Maria has her hand over her mouth. Her eyes are wide. She can't believe what she's hearing. Trevor collapses. Actually collapses. His legs give out. He falls to his knees. He's sobbing. Loud, ugly sobs. The kind that come from deep in your chest. The kind that shake your whole body. Wait, he gasps between sobs. Please, Your Honor. Please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't send me to jail. I'll do anything. Anything. Please. Judge Caprio's face doesn't change. Mr. Bancroft, this is what consequences look like. This is what happens when you believe you're above the law. When you use privilege as a weapon. When you disrespect the people who serve and protect you. This is justice. No, Trevor wails. No, no, no. This can't be happening. Dad. Dad, help me. Captain Daniel Bancroft is in the back of the courtroom. He's been there the whole time. He's in his police uniform. He's wearing his captain's bars. He looks devastated. His son is on the floor crying, begging. But he doesn't move. He can't move. Because he knows the judge is right. He knows his son needs this. As much as it hurts to watch, he knows. Bailiff, Judge Caprio says, take Mr. Bancroft into custody. Bailiff Robert walks forward. He's holding handcuffs. Chrome handcuffs that catch the light. He kneels next to Trevor. Sir, I need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back. No. Trevor screams. No. This isn't fair. You can't do this. I have rights. You do have rights, Judge Caprio says. And I've explained them to you. You have the right to appeal this sentence. You have the right to an attorney. But right now, you're going to comply with this order, or I will add additional time for resisting. Trevor looks at his lawyer. David Chen's face says it all. There's nothing he can do. Trevor looks at his father. Captain Bancroft's eyes are filled with tears, but he doesn't move. Trevor looks at Maria. She's not smiling. She's not celebrating. She just looks sad. Sad that it came to this. Sad that someone so young is so lost. Slowly, Trevor stands. His legs are shaking. His hands shake as he puts them behind his back. Bailiff Robert clicks the handcuffs on. First the right wrist, then the left. The sound echoes through the silent courtroom. Click, click. Trevor is led toward a side door. He turns back one more time. His expensive jacket is wrinkled. His styled hair is messy from grabbing at it. His Tag Heuer watch glints in a light, but now it looks ridiculous. Like a costume. Like he's a child playing dress-up. Dad, he says one more time. His voice breaks. Captain Bancroft closes his eyes. A tear runs down his face. But he doesn't speak. He can't. Because he knows this is necessary. This is what his son needs to learn. The door closes behind Trevor. He's gone. Taken to a holding cell. Where he'll spend the night. Tomorrow he'll be transferred to the prison. For 30 days. 30 days that will feel like forever. The courtroom is still quiet. Everyone is processing what just happened. What they witnessed. The judge just sent a police captain's son to jail. The judge just gave him 6 months of cleaning hospital floors. The judge just took away his license, his freedom, his privilege. Judge Caprio looks at Maria. Ms. Delgado, regarding your case. Your fine is dismissed. Your registration has been updated. The court has paid the renewal fee. You are free to go. Maria's knees buckle. She almost falls. Someone behind her catches her. What? She whispers. You came here today to take responsibility, the judge says. You work hard. You serve others. You make sacrifices every day. The least this court can do is help you. Your slate is clean. Go home to your children. Maria covers her face with her hands. She's sobbing now. But these are tears of relief, of gratitude, of being seen and valued. Thank you, she manages to say. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Judge Caprio smiles. It's a warm smile. A kind smile. Thank you, Maria. For everything you do. For every life you save. For every person you help. You are what this city needs more of. Maria walks out of the courtroom. People pat her on the back as she passes. Someone hugs her. Everyone in that room knows they just witnessed something special. Something important. Justice. Real justice. 8 weeks later. The courtroom doors open. Trevor Bancroft walks in, but he looks completely different. He's not wearing designer clothes. He's wearing regular jeans. A plain blue t-shirt. Regular sneakers. No gold chains. No expensive watch. His hair isn't styled. It's just combed neatly. His eyes are different too. They're not arrogant anymore. They're humble. Clear. Changed. He's carrying a folder. It's thick. Full of papers. Judge Caprio is on the bench. It's a review hearing. Trevor's 30 days in jail are over. He's completed 8 weeks of his community service. Today, the judge will evaluate his progress. Mr. Bancroft, Judge Caprio says, "How are you today?" "I'm okay, Your Honor. Thank you for asking." His voice is different too. Respectful. Genuine. "Please tell me about your community service. How has it been?" Trevor opens the folder. He pulls out papers. "I've completed 120 hours so far. That's 60 days. Every Saturday and Sunday. I arrive at 5:45 a.m. I don't want to be late. I work until 2 p.m. Sometimes longer if they need me." He shows the papers to the judge. They're timesheets. Signed by Maria. Every single one. Her signature is neat and consistent. "What have you been doing?" the judge asks. "At first, I was cleaning bathrooms. Mopping floors. Taking out medical waste. It was hard. The first day, I almost quit. I was emptying a bedpan and I thought, what am I doing here? This is humiliating. But then I saw a nurse rush past me. She was covered in blood. Someone had come in from a car accident. She didn't even notice me. She was too focused on saving their life. And I realized I'm not doing important work. But my work allows them to do important work. If I don't clean, they can't focus on patients. If I don't mop, patients could get infections. If I don't take out the trash, the place would be chaos. My work matters. Maybe not in a big way, but it matters." Judge Caprio nods. "Go on." "After a few weeks, Maria started letting me do more. I help transport patients. I help set up rooms. I deliver supplies. Last weekend there was a little boy. He was maybe 5 years old. He'd been hit by a car. He was so scared. He was crying. The doctors were trying to help him, but he was fighting them. Maria asked me to hold his hand, to talk to him. I told him about my dog, about cartoons, anything to distract him, and he calmed down. He let the doctors work, and they saved his leg. They said if he'd kept fighting, they might not have been able to. And I got to be a small part of that. Me, the guy who drove 68 in a 30 zone and didn't care who I might hurt." His voice cracks. He's emotional, but it's real. It's not performance. It's genuine. "I've learned so much," Trevor continues. "I've learned what Maria does. Every single day, she sees people in pain. She sees people die. And she comes back the next day and does it again. Because she cares. Because she wants to help. I made $75,000 a year for making phone calls 10 hours per week. Maria makes $19 per hour and works 60 hours per week saving lives. That's not fair. That's not right. And I never saw it before. I never wanted to see it." He pulls out more papers. "This is my apology letter to Officer Martinez. He accepted it. This is my victim impact panel report. I heard from 6 people whose lives were destroyed by reckless drivers. One woman lost her daughter. She was 7 years old. Hit by someone going too fast to stop. That could have been me. I could have killed someone's child. And for what? To get somewhere 2 minutes faster." Judge Caprio takes the papers. He reads silently for a moment. The courtroom is quiet. There are people in the gallery again, but fewer this time. This isn't the dramatic sentencing. This is the follow-up. The aftermath. "Mr. Bancroft," the judge says, "I want to ask you something. Do you think you're a better person now than you were 8 weeks ago?" Trevor thinks about this. "Yes, but I'm also angry." "Angry?" the judge asks. "At who?" "At myself. At how I was. At what I believed. I thought I was special. I thought I deserved things just because of my last name. I thought people who struggled were just not working hard enough. I was wrong. So wrong. And I'm angry that I wasted 23 years being that person." "Don't waste time being angry at who you were," Judge Caprio says gently. "Use that energy to become who you want to be." Trevor nods. I'm trying. I'm actually trying now. I got a real job. Well, sort of. I'm volunteering at a community center in South Providence 3 days per week. I teach kids how to use computers. I help them with homework. I'm not taking money from my father anymore. I moved out. I'm renting a room from a friend. It's small, but it's mine. I'm learning to cook, to do laundry, to be an actual adult. He pulls out one more paper. And this is the hardest thing I've done. It's a letter to Maria, thanking her, apologizing to her, explaining what she's taught me. Judge Caprio reads the letter. His eyes move across the page. After a minute, he looks up. His eyes are soft. This is beautiful, Trevor. Have you given this to Maria? Not yet. I wanted to ask if she'd be willing to meet with me first. I don't want to force it on her if she doesn't want to see me. Maria is here, the judge says. I asked her to come today. She's in the back. Trevor turns around. Maria is sitting in the back row. She's wearing her scrubs again. She's just come from work. When Trevor sees her, he stands up. He walks toward her. He stops a few feet away. Maria, he says, I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect anything. I just want to say thank you. You could have made these 8 weeks hell for me. You could have given me the worst jobs. You could have been mean. But you weren't. You were kind. You taught me. You showed me what real work looks like. What real service looks like. And I'll never forget that. Maria stands up. She walks to him. She's much shorter than him. She has to look up to see his face. She reaches out and takes the letter. Trevor, she says quietly, when the judge told me I'd be supervising you, I was scared. I thought you'd be terrible. I thought you'd complain. I thought you'd look down on me. But you didn't. You worked hard. You were respectful. You learned. And that takes courage. Changing takes courage. I forgive you. And I'm proud of you. She hugs him. Right there, in the courtroom. She hugs him and he hugs her back. He's crying again. But these are different tears. These are tears of gratitude, of redemption, of hope. The gallery breaks into applause. Even the bailiff is clapping. Judge Caprio is smiling. A real, genuine smile. When Trevor and Maria separate, Trevor wipes his eyes. He turns back to the judge. Your Honor, I want to ask for something. What is it? When I finish my community service hours, can I keep volunteering? At the hospital? With Maria's team? I don't want to stop. I want to keep doing this. I want to keep helping. Judge Caprio leans back in his chair. That's between you and the hospital. But I think they'd be lucky to have you. And one more thing, Trevor says. My father, Captain Bancroft. He's here today too. In the back. I want to say something to him. Captain Bancroft stands up. He's not in uniform today. He's in civilian clothes. A button-down shirt and slacks. He looks older than he did 8 weeks ago. Like this whole experience aged him. Trevor walks to his father. They stand face to face. Father and son. Dad, Trevor says. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for using your name. For using your badge. For embarrassing you. For embarrassing our family. You spent 25 years building respect in this city. And I almost destroyed it in one night. I'm so sorry. Captain Bancroft's eyes fill with tears. Trevor, I'm sorry too. I spoiled you. I gave you everything. I thought I was helping you. But I was hurting you. I was teaching you that rules didn't apply to you. That your name would protect you. I was wrong. And I'm sorry. They hug. It's the hug of two men who almost lost each other. Who almost let pride and privilege destroy their relationship. But they're rebuilding. One day at a time. Judge Caprio watches all of this. He's been a judge for decades. He's seen thousands of cases. But this one is special. This one reminds him why he does this job. Not to punish. To teach. To transform. To give people a chance to be better. Mr. Bancroft, the judge says, your sentence is modified as follows. You have completed 30 days in custody. You have completed 120 hours of community service. You have 180 hours remaining. Your license suspension is reduced to 90 days. That means you'll get your license back in 2 more months. You will continue your work at the hospital under Maria's supervision. You will complete all remaining requirements. And then, your record will show that you completed your sentence successfully. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't thank me, Judge Caprio says. Thank Maria. Thank Officer Martinez. Thank everyone who gave you a second chance. And most importantly, thank yourself. You did the work. You changed. That's all you. Be proud of that. Trevor nods. He can't speak. He's too emotional. This court is adjourned, Judge Caprio says. He bangs his gavel once. The sound echoes through the room. People start to file out. Trevor and Maria walk out together. Captain Bancroft follows behind them. They're talking. Quietly. Kindly. The way people talk when they understand each other. When they respect each other. 6 months later. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Providence Municipal Court is busy. Cases move quickly. People come and go. The system keeps turning. But in Judge Caprio's chambers, there's a photo on his desk. It wasn't there before. It's a picture of Trevor Bancroft in his community service vest. He's standing next to Maria. They're in the hospital. They're both smiling. Really smiling. Genuine smiles. Next to the photo is a letter. It's from the director of Rhode Island Hospital. It thanks Judge Caprio for sending Trevor to volunteer. It explains that Trevor has become one of their most reliable volunteers. That he's there every weekend. That patients ask for him by name. That he's studying to become an EMT, an emergency medical technician, someone who responds to emergencies, who saves lives. The letter says that Trevor is using his privilege now, using his family's connections, but differently. He's raising money for the hospital's free clinic, the one Maria volunteers at. He's gotten his father's police department to donate supplies. He's gotten local businesses to contribute. He's organized a fundraiser that raised $50,000, all for people who can't afford health care. Judge Caprio reads the letter again. He's read it a dozen times. Each time it makes him smile. This is why he does what he does. This is justice. Not just punishment. Not just consequences. But transformation. Growth. Change. There's a knock on his door. Patricia, the clerk, pokes her head in. Judge, your next case is ready. Thank you, Patricia. I'll be right there. He stands up. He straightens his robe. He picks up the file for the next case. Another young person who made a mistake. Another opportunity to teach, to guide, to help someone become better. As he walks toward the courtroom, he passes a bulletin board. There's a new poster on it. It's professionally made. It shows Trevor and Maria. The headline reads, From Privilege to Purpose, How Community Service Changes Lives. It's part of a new program. A program that Trevor helped design. A program that matches young people who commit traffic violations with community service opportunities that teach them empathy, that show them how the other half lives, that transform them. The program is being implemented in courts across Rhode Island. And it all started in this courtroom. On that Tuesday morning in March, when a privileged young man learned that his father's badge couldn't protect him from consequences, that money couldn't buy him out of responsibility. That privilege comes with obligation. Judge Caprio enters the courtroom. The bailiff calls the next case. A young woman walks forward. She looks scared, nervous, uncertain. The judge smiles at her. A kind smile. A smile that says, I'm here to help you. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to give you a chance to be better. And the cycle continues. Justice. Education. Transformation. One case at a time. One person at a time. One life at a time. Maria drives home that evening in her 2008 Honda Civic. The check engine light is still on, but the registration is current. The car passed inspection. She's saved a little money. Not much, but enough that she doesn't have to choose between medicine and registration anymore. Her daughter's asthma is under control. Her son just got accepted to college on a scholarship. Her youngest daughter made honor roll. Things are getting better. Slowly, but definitely better. She thinks about Trevor. About how angry she was when she first heard the sentence. About how she didn't want to supervise him. About how she thought he'd be terrible. But he surprised her. He worked hard. He listened. He learned. He changed. And now he's become something she never expected. A friend. Someone who understands. Someone who cares. Her phone buzzes. It's a text from Trevor. Maria, can I take your family out to dinner next Sunday? My treat. I want to celebrate your son's college acceptance. Maria smiles. She texts back, you don't have to do that. His response comes immediately. I know I don't have to. I want to. Please. She thinks about it. Then she types, okay, but somewhere casual. Nothing too expensive. Deal. See you Saturday at the hospital. See you Saturday. Maria puts her phone down. She looks at the road ahead. The sun is setting. The sky is orange and pink. It's beautiful. She's tired. Her feet hurt. She worked a double shift. But she's happy. Because she made a difference today. Because she helped people. Because she matters. And because she saw something rare. She saw someone change. Really change. Not just apologize. Not just go through the motions. But actually become a better person. That's worth more than money. That's worth more than anything. Trevor sits in his small rented room. It's nothing like his childhood bedroom in his parents' mansion. There's no king-sized bed. No walk-in closet. No TV mounted on the wall. There's a twin bed. A small dresser. A desk he bought at Goodwill for $30. And a window that looks out at a parking lot. But it's his. He earned it. With his own money. From his job at the community center. He makes $15 per hour. It's not much. But it's honest. It's real. It's his. He opens his laptop. He's studying for his EMT exam. It's hard. Really hard. Medical terminology. Protocols. Emergency procedures. But he loves it. For the first time in his life, he's learning something that matters. Something that will help people. There's a knock on his door. Come in, he calls. His father walks in. Captain Bancroft visits once a week. Usually on Tuesdays. They have dinner together. They talk. Really talk. Not like before. Before, they'd sit together but never really connect. Now they share things. Honest things. How's the studying? His father asks. Good. I think I'm ready for the test next month. His father sits on the desk chair. I'm proud of you, son. Trevor looks at him. I know. Thank you. I brought you something, Captain Bancroft says. He pulls out an envelope. Open it. Trevor opens the envelope. Inside is a card. And a check. The check is for $75,000. Trevor's eyes widen. Dad, what is this? It's the money I would have paid you this year. For that fake job in my business. But you don't need it anymore. You have a real job. So I want you to donate it. To the hospital. To the free clinic. To Maria's program. Wherever you think it will do the most good. Trevor stares at the check. $75,000. A year ago, he would have spent it on clothes. Cars. Watches. Things he didn't need. Things that didn't matter. Now he sees it differently. This money could help so many people. Medical equipment. Supplies. Staff. It could change lives. Dad, Trevor says. Are you sure? I've never been more sure of anything. Trevor hugs his father. Thank you. I'll make sure it helps people. I promise. I know you will. They go to dinner. A small Italian restaurant in Federal Hill. Nothing fancy. Just good food and good company. They talk about the police department. About Trevor's EMT training. About Maria's kids. About the future. For the first time in his life, Trevor feels like he's on the right path. Not because someone told him what to do. Not because he's following his father's footsteps. But because he chose it. Because he earned it. Because it's right. 1 year after that day in court, Judge Frank Caprio is sitting in his chambers. He's about to retire. After decades on the bench, he's decided it's time. Time to spend with his grandchildren. Time to rest. Time to let someone else carry the torch. There's a ceremony today. A retirement celebration. The courtroom is packed. Lawyers, judges, police officers, city officials, people whose lives he touched, people he helped, people he taught. And in the front row, sitting together, are Trevor Bancroft and Maria Delgado. Trevor is wearing his EMT uniform. He graduated. He passed his test. He got hired by the Providence Fire Department as an emergency medical technician. He responds to car accidents now. The kind he could have caused. He saves lives. The lives he could have taken. Maria is wearing a nice dress. Her kids are with her. Her son, who's home from college for the weekend. Her daughters, who are growing up strong and smart. Her family is thriving. Things are better. The ceremony begins. Speaker after speaker talks about Judge Caprio. About his wisdom. His kindness. His fairness. His dedication to justice. Then it's Trevor's turn. He walks to the podium. He's nervous. There are 200 people in this room. But he has something to say. My name is Trevor Bancroft, he begins. 1 year ago, I stood in this courtroom. I was arrogant, entitled, disrespectful. I thought I was better than everyone else. I thought my father's position made me special. I thought money and privilege meant I didn't have to follow the rules. He pauses, takes a breath. Judge Caprio changed my life that day. He gave me the hardest sentence I could imagine. but it was also the greatest gift I've ever received. He taught me what I needed to learn. That privilege is a responsibility, not a right. That everyone deserves respect. That actions have consequences. That character matters more than money. Trevor looks at Maria. She's smiling, encouraging him. I spent 6 months working under Nurse Maria Delgado's supervision. She showed me what real service looks like, what real work looks like, what real sacrifice looks like. She saved my life by teaching me how to save others. His voice cracks. He's emotional, but he continues. Today I'm an EMT. I respond to emergencies. Last week, I saved a 7-year-old girl who was hit by a car. A car driven by someone going too fast. Someone like I used to be. And when I held that little girl's hand, when I stopped her bleeding, when I helped load her into the ambulance and saw her mother's grateful tears, I thought this is why Judge Caprio did what he did. This is why he was hard on me. Not to punish me, but to save me, to transform me, to help me become who I was meant to be. The room is silent. People are listening. Really listening. Judge Caprio, you're retiring today. And that makes me sad. Because the world needs more judges like you. Judges who see potential in people. Judges who believe in transformation. Judges who understand that justice isn't just about punishment. It's about education. About growth. About giving people the tools to be better. Trevor walks down from the podium. He approaches the judge. Judge Caprio stands. Trevor shakes his hand. Then he hugs him. Thank you, Trevor whispers. Thank you for saving my life. Judge Caprio hugs him back. You saved yourself, Trevor. I just gave you the opportunity. You did the work. The room erupts in applause. People are standing, clapping. Some are crying, because they just witnessed something beautiful, something powerful, something that shows that the system can work, that justice can transform, that people can change. 3 years later, Trevor Bancroft is now a paramedic. He got promoted. He's a trainer now. He teaches new EMTs. He shares his story with them, about how he almost threw his life away, about how a judge saw something in him he didn't see in himself, about how a nurse showed him what real heroism looks like. He's engaged to a teacher he met at the community center. Her name is Sarah. She works with underprivileged kids. They're planning a small wedding. Nothing fancy, just family and close friends. Maria will be there, in the front row, because she's family now. Trevor still volunteers at the hospital every month. He still works with Maria. They're friends. Real friends. They have dinner together. Their families know each other. Trevor's nieces and nephews play with Maria's grandchildren. Captain Daniel Bancroft retired from the police force. But he didn't stop serving. He volunteers with at-risk youth. He mentors young people who are heading down the wrong path. He tells them about his son, about how privilege almost destroyed him, about how accountability saved him. The program Judge Caprio inspired is now statewide. It's called the Second Chance Community Service Program. It matches offenders with service opportunities that teach them empathy and responsibility. The recidivism rate, that means the rate of people who commit crimes again, has dropped by 42%. That's huge. That's life-changing. And it all started with one case. One young man who thought he was above the law. One judge who believed in transformation. One nurse who showed compassion instead of contempt. Maria Delgado is 59 years old now. She still works at Rhode Island Hospital. But she's not on the night shift anymore. She's a supervisor now. She trains new nurses. She shares her wisdom, her experience, her heart. Her son graduated from college. He's a social worker now, helping people, just like his mother. Her daughters are in college. One wants to be a doctor. One wants to be a teacher. They're all making a difference. Maria bought a new car 2 years ago. Not a fancy car, just a reliable Honda. It doesn't have a check engine light. It runs smoothly. It's paid off. She's proud of it. She thinks about that day in court sometimes. About how scared she was. About how she thought the system was rigged against people like her. About how Judge Caprio proved her wrong. She thinks about Trevor. About how much he's changed. About how he's become a man she respects, admires, is proud of. Sometimes people ask her, do you wish the judge had been harder on him? Do you wish he'd got more jail time? And Maria always says the same thing. No, the judge knew what he needed. Not punishment, transformation. And look what happened. Trevor saves lives now. He helps people. He makes the world better. That's real justice. That's real change. The story of Trevor Bancroft spread far beyond Providence. Videos of the sentencing went viral. Millions of people watched. Some said the judge was too harsh. Some said he wasn't harsh enough. But most said he was exactly right. The videos sparked conversations about privilege, about accountability, about second chances, about what justice should look like in America. Law schools started using the case in their classes. They asked students, was this justice? Was this fair? What would you have done? Traffic safety advocates used Trevor's transformation as proof that education works better than punishment alone. Police departments used Captain Bancroft's response as a training tool. About integrity. About not protecting family members who break the rules. About doing the right thing even when it's hard. And in courtrooms across America, judges remembered the case. When they faced young offenders from privileged backgrounds. When they faced people who thought their money or connections made them special. They remembered Judge Caprio. They remembered Trevor Bancroft. And they tried to create that same transformation. Judge Frank Caprio passed away 5 years after his retirement. He was 83 years old. He died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by family. His funeral was attended by thousands. The church couldn't hold everyone. People stood outside, in the rain, to pay their respects. Trevor Bancroft was one of the pallbearers. He helped carry the judge's casket. Tears streamed down his face, because this man saved him. This man saw potential when everyone else saw a spoiled brat. This man changed the trajectory of his entire life. During the service, Trevor spoke. He told his story. He told how Judge Caprio transformed him. How that one day in court changed everything. Judge Caprio taught me the most important lesson of my life, Trevor said. That privilege isn't about what you have. It's about what you do with what you have. That a life of meaning isn't measured by money or status. It's measured by service, by compassion, by how many lives you touch, how many people you help, how much love you spread. He paused, wiped his tears. I wish I could thank him one more time. I wish I could tell him that because of him, I've saved 43 lives as a paramedic. 43 people who are alive because he cared enough to teach me, to transform me, to believe in me. His voice broke. He couldn't continue. Maria walked up to the podium. She put her arm around him. She helped him back to his seat. She finished his speech for him. Judge Caprio didn't just change Trevor's life, Maria said. He changed mine too. He showed me that the system can work. That justice isn't just for rich people or poor people. It's for everyone. He showed me that one person in one moment with one decision can change the world. She looked at Trevor, at Captain Bancroft, at the hundreds of people whose lives the judge touched. We will miss him, but we will honor him by living the way he taught us, by treating everyone with dignity, by believing in second chances, by choosing transformation over punishment, by choosing hope over cynicism, by choosing love over judgment. The church was silent, except for the sound of people crying. Good people, changed people, better people because of one judge who believed in humanity. This story teaches us something important. Something we all need to remember. Money can buy many things. A fancy car, expensive clothes, a big house, influence, connections, comfort. But money cannot buy character. It cannot buy integrity. It cannot buy respect. And it cannot buy justice. Real justice isn't about giving everyone the same punishment. Real justice is about giving everyone what they need to become better. Sometimes that's mercy. Sometimes that's harshness. Sometimes it's somewhere in between. Judge Frank Caprio understood this. He understood that Trevor Bancroft didn't need more privilege. He needed to understand what life was like without it. He needed to serve, to struggle, to see, to learn. And because one judge cared enough to teach instead of just punish, one young man transformed. And because one young man transformed, 43 people are alive today. And because 43 people are alive, hundreds of children still have parents, grandparents, loved ones. That's the ripple effect of justice done right. That's the power of transformation. That's what happens when we believe people can change. We all have privilege in some form. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's education. Maybe it's skin color. Maybe it's health. Maybe it's family support. Maybe it's just being born in a country with opportunity. The question isn't whether you have privilege. The question is what you do with it. Do you use it to elevate yourself above others? Or do you use it to lift others up? Do you use it to escape consequences? Or do you use it to create opportunities for others? Do you use it to make your life easier? Or do you use it to make the world better? Trevor Bancroft learned these lessons the hard way. Through consequences. Through humility. Through service. But he learned them. And they changed everything. You don't need to go to jail to learn what he learned. You don't need a judge to sentence you to community service. You can choose to serve. You can choose to see. You can choose to use your privilege for good. And when you do, you'll discover what Trevor discovered. That the most fulfilling life isn't the one with the most stuff. It's the one with the most meaning, the most service, the most love. Judge Frank Caprio knew this. Maria Delgado knew this. And now Trevor Bancroft knows it too. The question is, do you?